What is the most recent unexpected thing that happened?
I mean, a few months ago, everything shut down. That was pretty unexpected, but more personal. Yeah, nothing else has been too terribly unexpected in the personal or the professional front for me personally.
What is the most recent unexpected thing that happened?
Unexpected thing that happened. Oh, one of my work colleagues mailed me natural wine. I don't know if you've heard of natural wine, but apparently it's like this maybe new movement on the West Coast, where the wine is like, there's nothing additional added to it in the fermenting process. There's something about sulfites that is important that I kind of forgot. Either that it has sulfites or that it doesn't. The plants are all organic and stuff. And I like wine, and when I was in Scotland, I became a whiskey connoisseur, took it upon myself. So I'm kind of well versed in sort of alcohol stuff. So a friend bought me some of these natural wines and sent them to me, which I didn't expect. They looked very fancy. They were horrible.
Oh, I was going to ask, how were they?
They were terrible, absolutely disgusting. One was like, it seemed like carbonated, which I did not expect. Like it was like a rosé, but it was like super carbonated. The other one was really sweet. Yeah, so it was terrible, but it was a surprise.
What is the most recent unexpected thing that happened?
Recent and unexpected thing. I don't think, well, I mean, of course, the pandemic was pretty unexpected. But I don't think there's been any particular event lately that is particularly remarkable.
Yeah.
I think that professionally I became the head of the department of the unit, the AID unit at the department, so that was pretty unexpected. But personally, there hasn't been anything too unexpected.
What is the most recent unexpected thing that happened?
Most recent unexpected things that happened. Oh, there was something, but I can't really talk about it. But and other people at Fair were there. It was funny. But other than that, the most recent unexpected thing. Well, for me, something that was unexpected in something I learned how to do, and I was surprised that it would work that way, is with the woodworking thing. I learned to burn wood to make it more weatherproof. It's an old Japanese technique called shusui-ban, something like this. And so you take a big torch, like a huge propane torch, and you just torch the wood. And we're in New York, so it's not fire everywhere, so it looks okay to do that. And so we were doing that on the pavement because it was outside workshop because of COVID. And I was so surprised that first, like, you set the wood on fire, and then it doesn't burn the whole thing, just the surface, just a tiny layer, and it extinguishes right away. And then it has this beautiful, very dark, like deep black color. It's beautiful. And I had no idea you could do that. And I did it twice, and I'm just still so surprised that it works like that, and that you can do that to wood, and it's just catches fire, extinguishes right away, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing I was very surprised by. That was last week.
I see. Yeah, that sounds awesome. What is something recent that happened that was unexpected? Like in the last couple of weeks or so?
Oh, Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just, totally shocked. And I think the impact of that is is quite strong.
Yeah. What is the most recent unexpected thing that happened?
What's the trying to think. Well, yeah, I have such a bad memory, which is sometimes a feature, but for answering a question like that, not so much.
Yeah.
What's the most wait, you said surprising thing or
Something unexpected, something that happened
unexpected?
recently
Yeah.
that was unexpected. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I swear, I can't think of anything. Yeah, let's go through. Maybe we can go through the other questions. If something comes up, then I'll let you know. But I can't quite think of something like at least worth mentioning. Yeah, let me think about it some more through the other questions, and maybe I'll come up with something.
What is the most recent unexpected thing that happened?
Most recent unexpected thing. I was contacted by some people who are putting together a play, and there's an AI angle to this play, and they suddenly like send me this research paper about, you know, how, I mean, it's about the spread of misinformation on some networks and like a mathematical modeling of that, and they like suddenly want to meet and talk about like my understanding of how AI is playing into this to inform their play. And it's actually from a theater company who I really like, and I've seen a couple of their plays. They do sort of documentary theater, so it's theater but based on a particular context, and they've tackled some really interesting topics in the past. So it was kind of cool. I'll probably, I read the paper, I'll probably meet with them, and it'll be just a small part of their artistic work, but just like these kinds of doors that life opens, that through my, you know, the work that I do in AI, suddenly once in a while I get these doors that open up into other worlds, are always things that I really treasure.
Yeah, that sounds neat. What is something recent that happened that was unexpected?
Unexpected that happened recently, apart from the global pandemic?
Apart from that, yeah.
I feel like everything has been very predictable lately. Here's I think it's okay to talk about this. This was kind of, I didn't know I didn't expect things to play out so nicely. So at work at UW, you know, we have fantastic colleagues in the NLP group. So Luke and Yejin and Hannah and Dan Weld and Tim Althoff, and over in linguistics we have a bunch of people, and in electrical engineering we have Mario Ostendorf. We have a great team, and I was not expecting that we would be able to hire more members of that team anytime soon. You know, it's there's a lot of other good things going on at UW, and as you and anybody who's faculty member knows, it's always a complicated negotiation among people where to hire. But we had a very unique opportunity this year, and all the series of things had to happen in just the right way to make it happen. But Yulia Tsvetkov from CMU is going to be joining UW next year, and I'm super excited to have her. She's been a collaborator of mine, and I've known her since she was a student, and really excited to have her join the team. When I first started talking to her about it and the department started talking about it, I was like, okay, this is too good to be true. And I always set my expectations low, right? And it worked, and I'm very, very happy that it's coming.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. What is something unexpected that happened recently?
Well, I thought of a really good joke about 6 hours too late. I don't know. What else unexpected happened recently? Oh yeah, I got research money from this big NSF grant that I was a very small part of. It got funded, and I got sort of unexpected level of support from that. So that was
That's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. What is something unexpected that happened recently?
I don't think it is super unexpected. So it's about COVID situation in India. So it's we all know that it's pretty bad right now. So it wasn't as unexpected, but suddenly I think a few weeks ago I heard from my family that like one of my aunt's family, they are all COVID positive, and then so that was, I think, the first family that was COVID positive. And then after that, like family after family, at this point, like the 4 different families. So, I mean, touch wood that my parents still are like intact from COVID. But like my grandmother, grandfather, my aunt, uncle, all of them have been infected. And I think it was, I think I hadn't realized how fast it is spreading in the state where I come from in India. It's called Chhattisgarh. So it seems like it is spreading very, very fast, more than maybe what it is reported. So yeah, I think it was unexpected at that point, but now it feels like it has become sort of a norm. So they're all fine, like nobody's like serious. They got admitted to hospitals and they are back home, so they are fine. But it was unexpected at that point. I mean, now in hindsight, it doesn't feel like that, but at that point, it was a bit odd.
Yeah, yeah. What is something recent that happened that was unexpected?
Something decent?
Something recent.
Oh. Something recent, unexpected. Recent unexpected, I received it was actually a letter from a student I had, I don't know, maybe advised, I don't even remember because, right, you see so many students. And it was a thank you. And she was at this play, she was a manager, so it was a couple of years, a lot more than a couple of years. And it was just like, I want to thank you. I still use the stuff that you taught me. And that's when I was in engineering. And that was actually a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that sounds nice. What is something recent that happened that was unexpected?
My mom slipped on the sidewalk and broke her elbow last Thursday.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's okay. She on Monday I took her to the orthopedist, and she doesn't need like a hard cast, so that was nice. I see. She's just in a splint, but it'll take a while until she fully recovers.
Yeah, and the elbow is probably hard to give enough rest to, right? Because then you can't bend your arm at all.
Yeah, so mostly it's in a splint, so it's just kind of held against her.
I see. Yeah. I see.
But the doctor said to like also let it out of the splint and like move it around so it doesn't get too stiff. But she can't use her arm really at all. She can use her hand a little bit, but like for the next couple of weeks she can't do anything that requires 2 arms.
Yeah. Wow. Is there something recent that happened that was unexpected?
Well, I mean, there are things that happen all the time that, I think one thing that happened was I had a power failure the other day, and it happened in the middle of a meeting. But because I was on a laptop and I put my Wi-Fi router and my cable modem on UPS, I was actually able to keep going without the power failure affecting me for a while. And I'd done that for a while, and I didn't realize that the power had failed. So I think that was a surprising thing that happened, but like the right thing happened, and something that that I felt happy about.
Yeah.
I also dropped my phone the other day and cracked the screen for the first time.
No.
And it was surprising because it's in a case and it's never happened to me before. And that was, less pleasant.
Yeah. What is something recent that happened that was unexpected, like in the last few weeks or so?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on in the world. I would say something unusual. I don't know. Let's skip that question.
What is something unexpected that happened recently, like in the last couple of weeks or so?
I don't think of anything unexpectedly. Since March, we have been in shelter-in-place mode for this many months. Yeah, so every day looks the same. Oh, okay, I could say something. I'm really surprised that a kid can stay healthy without catching a cold for such a long time. So, earlier is like when Oliver was in the daycare, that every 1 month, 2 months they'll be they'll catch a cold and then coughing, and sometimes it's more serious. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why we didn't put him back to the daycare. We know that if there's some potential outbreak, they will be serious. It's very easy to kind of transmit this virus. Yeah, so that's something I'm pleasantly surprised that I didn't know that a kid can stay healthy for such a long time. That's probably a positive side about this.
Yeah.